What is happening, guys? It's Combat Muffin. I'm so sorry that Battlefront has not put out the details for its next DLC. We have been waiting forever and it still has not arrived, which is a true bummer. However, in the meantime, today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 picks for star cards. Like with all top 5 videos, I'm just going to tell you that this is opinion. These top 5 choices are my top 5 choices, which means that you can disagree with them, and that's totally okay. Alright, let's jump right into it. At number 5, which is the Homing Shot star card. The Homing Shot is one of the earlier star cards that you unlock, and I cannot tell you how many times that I've killed or been killed with the Homing Shot. The thing is just such a beast on the battlefield. Once you've locked on and fired your shot, there's little to nothing that your opponent can do to get out of the way. The Homing Shot is a true favorite of mine, and it fits in with almost any loadout. The only reason that it's far down on the list is that it has a very slow velocity, meaning that it takes a long time for your shot to get to the opponent. Next up in 4th place is the Bowcaster, which is the final star card on the star card unlockable list. It's a really interesting star card, similar to the Pulse Cannon in many ways, where you can charge up the weapon and it will fire 1 to 5 shots depending on how long you charge it. I got the Bowcaster a while back and I've been using it ever since, especially in tandem with the jump pack. You can do something called jump casting, where you jump in the air and you fire all the shots at an opponent before you touch the ground. It's very effective and can get in a lot of kills. However, you have to be a little bit careful with the Bowcaster, because especially if you have all 5 shots charged, you can easily make a mistake and kill yourself. Next up on the list at number 3, you have the Ion Torpedo star card, which I believe is the 4th star card that you can unlock. Now, the Ion Torpedo isn't a particularly fun star card, so you're probably wondering, why is it all the way at number 3? Well, the reason being that it is such a solid weapon and you can never go wrong with having an Ion Torpedo in your hand. It always gets the job done, and you should always consider having an Ion Torpedo if you're on the Rebel side in order to deal with ATSTs, which are frequently happening in the game. Alright, now at number 2 you have the Pulse Cannon star card, which I believe is the 3rd star card that you can unlock. Pulse Cannon is pretty much borderline OP. The pros of the weapon just keep on going and going. It has infinite range, it can one-shot, the bullet is explosive, there's no chance that your enemy will know if you're aiming at him, there's a short charge-up time, it's unbelievably good. With the Pulse Cannon, you can literally sit at the back of the map and rake in the kills from there. It's that good and that OP. Now before we hit star card number 1, I just want to go through 2 honorable mentions that barely didn't make the list. The first being the Thermal Detonator. I know this is a favorite of many people, but my success with the Thermal Detonator was really on-off. Sometimes I was very good with it, and sometimes I could just not play with it. Nonetheless, the Thermal Detonator is a very solid star card that can definitely get you kills. And the last honorable mention is actually kind of a surprise, or will be a surprise to many of you, and it's the Scout Pistol. The Scout Pistol is actually very rarely used by the common player, but I use it all the time and I love pairing it with the DL-44, because together they just do excellent on the battlefield. You can just mow through so many people at close range. The only reason the Scout Pistol didn't make the top 5 in my view is that it's a very situational weapon where you have to be very up close in order to maximize its potential. And it only works really with blaster pistols. All the other weapons are more long range or medium range, whereas the Scout Pistol is very close range. Alright, finally at number 1, we have the number 1 star card in my view, which I think is an absolute crucial star card to any star card hand, and that is the Jump Pack. Where would any of us be without the Jump Pack? I'll tell you where. We'd still be at the back of the map, still trying to catch up with the action. We'd be falling behind as our teammate grabs that power-up instead of us. We'd also be stuck in that mess still, where we'd just get slaughtered instead of being able to get a quick escape. In 97% of my games, I have jump pack in my star card hand. It is that much of a necessity to me. And the jump pack pairs really well with many star cards. The most important star card to have with the jump pack, in my view, is the bowcaster, so you can do jump casting, which is an amazing tactic to do in almost any scenario. Also, the jump pack lets us get to hard to reach places, which can be very handy in a lot of situations. Overall, the star card jump pack is an excellent choice and should be definitely utilized in almost every star card hand. Alright, that pretty much sums it up for my top 5 list for star cards. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and check out the channel. We got a lot of other Battlefront stuff, including another top 5 list having to do with the top 5 weapons, which you should definitely check out on our channel. And y'all have a good one.